love your lawn and it will love you back. Today we're at Hammond Hardware with Dave Olds. Dave, thanks for having us back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. Thanks.
Yes. We're going to talk a lot about lawn care today, but we're going to start with you sharing with us the golden rule of lawn care. The golden rule of lawn care is what lies underneath matters, and it's about your soil. Your soil is really important to the health of your lawn. There are microbes in your soil that have to be moving nutrients to make your grass grow. Just like when we eat food, our stomach has to break down with enzymes in order to get the nutrients into our bloodstream. The microbes in the soil do the same thing. If those microbes can't work, even though you're laying down fertilizer, up to 70% of that fertilizer is being wasted. There are things like soil compaction, pH, and other issues we're going to talk about today that if you're having problems in certain areas of your lawn, it's probably related to these two problems. Right, that golden rule definitely does make sense. So what if I have a lawn that is super compact? What would you suggest there?
Well, when a compacted soil is a problem because the roots need to grow, the microbes need to move, and when it's compacted really hard, you can just think that through in your mind that can't really happen. So it's really important that you have non-compacted soil and good pH. Now, the screwdriver test is really easy for compaction. If you have heavy traffic, you park your cars on the lawn, the dogs and the kids play in the same areas, and you're seeing patches and problems in that area, you could be compacting the soil. If you take the screwdriver and you just push it in, if it goes all the way to the handle, everything is fine. Your lawn is fine. Anybody's got a screwdriver. If you can only put it in that far, you need some help. And we have a product that's designed just to do that, and it's called Love Your Soil. Love Your Soil will break that up and aerate. It's kind of an aerator, but an aerator, when you do it mechanically, can always be refilled or recompacted, where this does not. And it also includes some of those vital microbes included in the bag that we need for our soil to work.
So how does the soil pH affect my lawn?
pH is really important. Neutral pH is really required for these microbes and your lawn to be able to use the fertilizers and the nitrogen and things you put down. You want your soil pH to be between 6.2 to 7. If it's too acidic, if it's too alkaline, the weeds thrive and the grass does not. We have a product called Magical, which does a really good job. It's 35% calcium carbonate. This is equivalent to 5 bags of lime. A lot of people knew about putting lime down as the key to a good lawn. You don't have to do it no more. This is actually a better way to do it. In fact, this Magical right here actually has the lime you need and the Love Your Soil included, so it will uncompact your lawn and also get that soil pH to where you need it so that your fertilizers work better. Nothing like wasting money. When you're buying fertilizer and it's not being used, you are wasting your money.
Yeah, absolutely. So you talked about an acidic lawn. What would be some of the causes of that? That
would be really everything we deal with around here is due to acid. Leaves, organic matter, leaves, manures. If you're not raking all the leaves, which you almost can't do anymore, the leaves break down and that's acids that get into your lawn. Excessive rainfall, struggled with carbon dioxide as well in the rain, makes acid rain. That's how we get acid rain. And basically, almost all rain is acid rain right now. So your soil's getting too acidic and the weeds will thrive and the grass will not. So if you're having problems, it's a very easy test to do before you start a fertilizer program. Or if you're having lawn problems, there's 2 different tests we have. One is $10. This is basically you put it in there with some little, a little packet that's in there and shake it up with water. But this one right here is the one I recommend. It's $30 right now. And you just stick this probe in the soil and it instantly reads out your soil pH. You can go around in different sections of your lawn that you're having a problem. You want to find out if it's a pH problem, you'll know really fast. And if you don't know if it's pH is a problem, you don't know if you're treating your lawn correctly.
All right, Dave, so what pest might be a threat to someone's lawn?
Basically grubs and moles, and they're kind of tied together, are really the 2 biggest ones you're going to deal with. There's some variations of grubs, but they all fall under grubs. They're basically the larvae of Japanese beetles and other little flying beetles and other critters you see around. So you probably have them in a small quantity, which is fine. Usually we tell people if you want to test something, you pull up a patch. You can see a grub or 2, it's okay. If you see 30 of them, you got a problem. You can also just buy a grub control and put it down in the spring. It's not going to hurt your lawn. It has actually nitrogen in it to help green and add green to even your other fertilizers. So basically a fertilizer built in with also grub control. One treatment will do the entire summer. Nice thing is with our 4-step program, if you were to buy this brand, you can get it for $5 a bag. So it's really actually inexpensive to do. And on the flip side, if you run into moles after you treated the grubs, we have some worms that we have that will really help with that. Moles have a highway, and then you drop these down in there and cover them up, and they'll eat these worms and they'll die. But grubs also are food for moles. So if you see skunks, moles, things tearing up your yard, you probably have a grub problem, and it's worth it just to treat it, just to make sure it doesn't happen, because once it's too far in the summer, it doesn't work. So get it down in spring. It's cheap, it's easy, just do it, and you'll be much happier, and your lawn will be happier for it.
So Dave, let's talk about grass seed. Which one would you recommend?
Well, we have a brand called Jonathan Green, and Jonathan Green is not available in box stores. It's only independents and professionals, and people have been using it for years. They've been around since 1885 is really when they were started doing the grass thing. They have found this beautiful grass that is a hybrid grass. It's made from 2 different strains, one from Saudi Arabia, so it's very drought tolerant, has a waxy coating, and it seals in moisture, which is really good. And then the other is from the UP of Northern Michigan. So it's designed for Michigan winters, even the harshest ones up in the UP, so obviously around here it'd be great. So you got one that handles the winters well, which winter is hard on grass. It grows roots up to 4 feet deep. So it's way below the frost line, so it keeps the roots really healthy even through the winter. And then if we have a dry summer, this manages it quite well. We have heavy traffic, sunny, just about shady nooks, whatever you got, we have a grass seed that is for that area.
Excellent. Dave, you're really an expert on all of this information, so I know if viewers want to come in and they have any questions, you'll be able to walk them through it.
Yeah, we will. And if you have any problems with your lawn, either give us a sample of the grass blades or bring in a picture of a patch that's bothering you. We can look it up in our book. We have all kinds of data from the manufacturers and other suppliers, and we can figure out what your problem is, how to treat it, and how to fix it. It's like going to the doctor. Your lawn it gets sick sometimes, and it needs to be healthy, and we have the products that are basically equivalent to antibiotics.
Yeah, absolutely. This is great information. Thanks for having us, Dave.
Oh, thanks for coming out.
Yeah. Make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. Stop into Hammond Hardware today.
At the corner of Prospect and MLK, or 24/7 at www.hammondhardware.com.